Um, Today I spent the day trying to develop a workflow to make liquid sci-fi stuff, which is really trendy now with games like Destiny and most of Formosa Interactive, which is an audio post-production house for video games, and Boom Library stuff as well, which is really trendy and famous for game audio nerds. So I've tried to make my own, and this is the result of what I achieved, which I think is really cool. That is a lot of overlapping techniques with neuro-based sound design, which you guys are probably familiar with, since you guys are on this Discord. Um, but let's break down my workflow. First, I started using general neuro-based designs with Serum. It's not really important the individual uh, patches themselves. You guys probably use stuff from Audio Z and Audio News and torrent a lot of stuff, so you guys probably have your own neuro-based stuff. The important thing is to make a lot of sources or a specific source if you only want to make one sound that is already liquid and wet, which is achieved at least in FL Studio with vocodecs, but you can use other vocoders. Like Ableton's vocoder is really useful for liquid stuff. Um, but here are some of the designs I made. This one. Um, the main thing is the vocoder, as I've said, and freeform phase. Uh, I've used Spiff, which is from the same company that made Sooth 2, to kind of boost the transients after the vocoder so it gets even more wet. And so freeform phase has something to latch onto and create bubbles and zappy stuff, which is really liquidy, and uh, mixed with vocoder, it gets really wet and juicy. So I got like 50, 60 sources ready, and then I moved on to uh, my other session, which is using Storm Whoosh. This is the older version because I think it's better because you can import different amounts of sounds into each whoosh machine here, into each source basically. And for those of you who don't know what this is a Doppler effect machine based on sampling, which is really cool. So I imported the uh, sources into this, uh, and what I did, which is really interesting, let me show you guys, is I got the bass sound here, uh, which has a tremolo that is controlled by uh, the envelope of the sound. So the louder it gets, the faster it vibrates. Uh, and I split the sound into three distinct uh, chains. The first one is like the body of the sound, which is this thing here. Oh, sorry. this here. Which is already cool, already awesome. I forgot to turn on the tremulator. It, yeah, there it goes. Um, and this is just the bass sound with some flanger and some filtering, so it gets more movement. And the main effects are being applied by the whoosh uh, sampler. Then I split the sound into this Sooth Delta chain, which is Sooth 2 with Delta enabled, and Vocodex with really no attack, no release, so it gets more wet. So it sounds like this. Who? Tiny whoosh. It's really hit or miss. Yeah, it's not doing much. Let me turn off Filter Freak. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. And this is really wet. And the cool thing is that vocoder, the vocoder here is just working on the resonances of the sound. And with the bass sound, it sounds like this. Which adds a resonancy, kind of FFT-like sound, stuff that you get with Spec Ops, other FFT-based effects, which I think sounds, at least in my opinion, wet. And on the other chain, let me turn off Filter Freak. Um, I've used Spiff in Delta mode, uh, so only the transients, only the pops and clicks pass through. And I applied a freeform phase with this shape here, so it gets bubbly and zappy, and it sounds like this. And I've used Filter Freak on the start of the chain, so it uh, doesn't have a long tail, but you don't really need to use this. It's just so it follows better the envelope of the bass sound. And everything together sounds like this. I need to turn off this Master Effects because Uber Loud is eating my memory. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys.